Next guest, let's bring him in. GiraffeNeckMarc joining us right now. YouTube creator,
up,
Mets content creator. You can follow him on YouTube, GiraffeNeckMarc. Look it up. Co-host of Mets Up, the podcast. Also follow on Twitter at GiraffeNeckMarc. Mark, great to have you on, man. How you doing?
Doing well. Thank you guys for having me on. Watching a pretty tight All-Star game here, so
Yes.
getting intense now.
Hey, can the NL win one fucking time?
Dude, I wish they could pull it out. They haven't won in 10 years or something like that. I'm hoping that they can maybe get a little rally going here late.
Wait, are you talking about the Mets or are you talking about the NL?
I'm talking about both. I mean, the Mets need to rally a little bit too for me one time.
How are they going to do it? How are they going to rally? How is the National League going to rally? And how are the Mets going to rally? Not just this year, because I think this year's down the pot, but
play better. I mean, I feel like that's just kind of how it comes down to. They have good players. They just haven't performed at the level that we expected them to or that they really should be. So it's when they hit, they don't pitch. When they pitch, they don't hit. At some point, the stuff's got to click, and maybe they'll fire off a feet wins here. They were a little hot going into the break before they lost the last two to the Padres. So just bring that good play of baseball in, and I mean, it will at least give me some hope.
Yeah, it's something to hang your head on. The Padres are pretty good this year.
No.
Who's the most to blame?
Most to blame? Oh man, that's a tough question. I don't know about that one. I mean, most to blame, I think honestly, it's just everyone. Everyone has to just do better. From top to bottom, everyone has to perform better. I mean, I'm not going to call out anybody in particularly, but oh, I lost audio here. Okay, all right.
You there, Mark?
Yes, I'm here. I can hear you now.
Hey.
Oh, you're back. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
It's weird. I asked you if you blame Buck Showalter, and you, I can't hear her all of a sudden.
Well, Mark, what are
Can't
you
hear.
saying on your pod when you guys are going over things right now on your Messed Up pod? Where are you turning? I know you're saying hey, everyone's got to be better, but number one on the list that you want to see better from the second half version of the Mets, and also, of course, if they do some adding, what do we need here?
No, I mean, I think a lot of it, Lindor started to get hot towards the end, which is good. Pete's actually been kind of cold, so I think if Pete starts to wake up the bat a little bit here in the second half, which sounds crazy because he's in the All-Star game, but I feel the last month or so he's been a little off, hasn't been the same. So I know he came back from that injury. He starts swinging the bat a little bit better. That will definitely help. And I mean, we need more pitching. We need more pitching at the end of the day. We haven't been able to get a consistent stretch of good pitching. So if those guys step up too, I mean, that would help a lot, I think.
Yeah, pitching usually wins. This team was supposed to be built, right, on pitching. Verlander, Scherzer, Quintana, Carrasco,
Kodai.
But then the back end with Edwin Diaz. So did this all start with Edwin Diaz in the WBC?
I mean, listen, if his knee went out like that from what it did, it probably was going to go out at some point. But yeah, that definitely wasn't good vibes to start the year, losing our all-star closer, best relief pitcher in the league. Wasn't a great feeling going into the season. I feel we're starting to really feel it the last couple weeks here, where the bullpen is looking thinner and thinner. And it's man, it would have been nice to have one more guy who was locked down every single night in the ninth, maybe even eighth inning if we needed him.
Alexis Diaz spoke today, by the way, and kind of hinted that he's coming back. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like he's probably going to try and make a pushback at least.
If they're in it, obviously. He's not coming back.
Would you rush him
late
if they're
September.
out?
No, you're not going to rush him if you don't need to.
No way, yeah. I mean, he's got the long-term contract now, so it's as much as we would love to see him back this year, next year will be a little more important, especially if they're very much out of it.
Mark, give me some play-by-play or some analysis of what you're seeing right now. And also, we'll see where we're at in terms of timing. We got Bautista leaning in for his sign on a 1-1. He had a wild pitch. So Castellanos at second. The NL's down a run. I mean, this is their shot, right?
This is their best shot without a doubt. And the fact that Bautista's a little wild right now is good because, I mean, when he's on, his stuff is absolutely disgusting. It's also he's kind of lucky he gets to throw to Adley, I guess, too, because I'm sure that helps a lot in the All-Star game.
Yeah, Adley's pretty good.
They're all
He
pretty
catches
good.
them every day. So I'm sure he's trying to relax them. But you want
That
to know how the
helps.
NL gets back in the game? Lead
What?
off, walk, wild pitch. That's how you get back in the game.
Yeah. Give me,
And
I mean,
stay out
score
of
some
down
runs
in
here, too.
Elias Diaz.
Is he the only Rockies rep, or is there one other?
He's it.
He's it?
Yeah.
They don't
He's
have
the only
to
guy.
throw it.
Stay hot, Rocky. Do you like that, Mark? Do you think we're oversaturating the All-Star game still with everyone on a team gets a medal and a lot of dudes?
Dinger!
Uh-oh.
That's how they get
Home
back
run?
in the game.
Let's go.
Hey!
Yes.
Diaz for 2. National League takes the lead.
Love
baby.
that. Love
That's how you
that.
get
Back
it down
in
and
the
in. Where'd he throw it?
Down.
And
Oh,
Split.
that's
splitter.
Just like we all
wonderful to
thought.
see.
Elias Diaz is about to finally break this decade-long misery for the National League.
And we were just talking about if every team should have a representative. Here we go. Rockies representative saving the day.
Right?
Yes, they do.
We also, Mark, we're betting men.
Yes, me
all
too.
went National League money line today.
I did too. Okay, glad.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Glad we're all rocking the same thing here. I
Gotta
was like,
have
they gotta break it at some point, right?
Yeah. Plus, I have a short memory, and I forgot the last 10 years.
Listen, they got the lead right now. Good bullpen.
Who's closing it out?
For the
No.
National League.
I don't know.
Probably Hader.
Hader, Kimbrel's
Hader.
left.
Hader over Kimbrel.
Yeah, so Kimbrel in the 8th.
Yeah, I would think so. I'm trying to think.
That's
Who's the
scary.
other arm?
Is there anyone else left? Who's left?
Who is left?
Oh.
Also,
He's
there's
looking at the
some
roster.
Whit Merrifield bashing going on in the chat right now, and I am not for it. I hung out with
Why are
Whit
they bashing Whit
yesterday.
Merrifield?
They're like, "Why is Whit here?" And Lori said, "I'm better than Whit."
I don't know
Lori,
about that.
Stop.
Don't do that.
Tell me a second baseman that you wanted in there over Whit.
Second base, I think you had a hard time, but I mean, I know everyone wanted Wander originally when he didn't get in.
Right, but he's in. And
Yeah, he's
not
in
a
now,
second
so
baseman.
yeah,
More of a shortstop.
And everybody wanted Altuve.
yeah.
Mariners
He didn't play
fans didn't.
enough.
Seattle has done booing really well.
Mark, on that note, Ellie De La Cruz, did he play enough?
I think if he was in the All-Star game, I'd be excited because he's obviously like maybe the second coolest player in all of Major League Baseball. But Shohei Ohtani, without a doubt. Yeah, it's got to be Shohei. But Ellie's like number 2. I think it's pretty clear right now. But I don't think he technically did enough where there are guys who like played for like a full half a season, put up some good numbers, should deserve to be in the game.
How confident are you as a Mets fan that Steve Cohen's going to make a legitimate offer at your favorite player?
I mean, I feel confident. I mean, he's spent a lot of money this offseason. I know it hasn't worked, but I think if there's anybody to throw just an insane amount of money at and really like risk it all, it's got to be the guy who's one of the 10 best pitchers in baseball and one of the 10 best hitters in baseball.
No doubt.
Does
But
that
can
take
he
you guys
fix
to the
the
playoffs?
Mets? Does that mean if he gets to the Mets, he's going to Met?
Oh, come on. Don't do that to me. I mean, we're trying to get rid of that here. I mean, I know this year's not helping the case, but I would like to think that he is Met proof if that was the case.
Well, you thought Scherzer was. We thought Verlander was. So far,
I mean, yeah, we did. We did. They're not playing the greatest right now, especially the last start. It's just like it is just depressing as a Mets fan to see it happen like time after time. Like these guys come in, it's just not the same. But they're also like 40. So, I mean, it was probably they were due for a little regression.
You're one of the most positive Mets fans, just this little amount of time that we've talked. How do you encourage your other Mets fans like my buddy TJ Mancuso, who is very, very Met fan, Jet fan? It's just a tough existence for him.
Yeah, I mean, that is tough. Mets, Jets, you're not really picking any winners there. I have no winners in any of my sports, so I'm in the same boat. But I don't know. It's just like I really love baseball, and I've been through some horrible Mets years with like players that you're like, who are these guys that we're sending out there every single day? Like, yeah, the results aren't happening right now. It's like been a pretty disappointing season, but I can't really get down when at least the ownership group is trying to win. That's like something as a Met fan I was hoping for forever, was like, can we at least put out a team that's trying to win?
That's true. You know that you have an owner on your side.
Totally.
And we respect that a lot on a show like this, because there are way too many owners stealing money, and it's annoying.
Because the players are trying. That's we're never going on here being like, man, the players just look like they're not trying.
I don't think the clubhouse is lost either. I think there's flaws within the roster, and like Mark said too, it's an older team.
Yeah. They're old. They're definitely an older team, and it's like, to be able to get consistency, like the two aces are 40 years old. Like, yeah, they still have some stuff and they've been able to show it for us, but asking for 380, 400 innings out of those guys was probably a tough ask.
Yeah, they haven't been themselves. Neither of them yet. They're not shining. They're not, Cy Young contenders by any means right now, and they need them to do that.
Definitely.
By the way, guess Bednar 8 or 9.
Ooh.
Oh, Bednar.
Yep.
Nice.
I've heard the Pirates are sending people too.
Hey, Mark, thank you so much for joining us, dude. It's awesome having you on. Love what you're doing, and let's keep in touch. We'll bring you on an FT Live soon.
Definitely. Thank you guys for having me on. Enjoy the All-Star game, and let's go National League. Let's get a win.
Let's go, right?
Absolutely.
Let's hold that lead. Thank you.
Awesome.
Yes.